Hey guys, welcome back to another Quick Form video. In today's video, we're talking about some kind of sad news and also kind of good news. But let's talk about it, guys, because this is something that I personally know. So, kind of, with it. So it says T-Mobile buying most of UScellular in a $4.4 billion deal. Its latest expansion. So I don't know if you guys know, but T-Mobile, man, started way from the bottom. It was like the fourth carrier. It was a little cell phone carrier that could, honestly, because nobody really thought T-Mobile was going to be this giant competitor to these big Verizon or AT&T carriers. So yeah, guys, as you guys know, T-Mobile has been buying everybody lately. I mean, all the little guys. Of course, Verizon has done the same thing with like Straight Talk and TracFone and all that stuff. But T-Mobile, they bought, of course, Mint Mobile, or a big stake of it. Now they're buying. It looks like it's gonna be UScellular. And if you guys don't know, UScellular is a small regional carrier. They have, I believe, four plus million customers or so. So I mean, it's not a big number compared to like Verizon or T-Mobile. That they're in the hundreds of millions of customers, but still 4 million customers is a lot of people. So let's get into it, guys. Like I said, if you don't know who UScellular is, UScellular has their own towers. They don't lease their towers. They do roam off of AT&T. It used to be T-Mobile, now it's AT&T. And they have unlimited plans, phone deals, like any other carrier, right? So they're basically a T-Mobile. It used to be 5 carriers, with Sprint, but now it's 4. It's Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, and UScellular, being the last kind of guys. Now it's only 3 of them left. Looks at if this deal goes through. So, and this news breaking in today. So says T-Mobile will buy most of UScellular's operations in a deal valued at $4.4 billion. God, it's not chump change, Both companies announced Tuesday the latest billion-dollar transaction by the wireless carrier as it expands coverage to millions of more customers. So that's a big thing. T-Mobile has always been known as T-Maybe. Everybody calls them T-Maybe because maybe you'll get coverage. Their coverage is not that good. Now, I mean, it's really good. They are one of the first on carrier. They have no contracts. That changed the whole industry. And of course, they give you amazing deals like free Netflix and all that stuff. So shout out to T-Mobile. I love what T-Mobile's doing, especially their old CEO. It was crazy good. But of course, they're known for having horrible coverage, especially in rural America. Like where I live, I have no coverage with T-Mobile, but now, I do get coverage in UScellular. I'm in one of the territories. Like I said, UScellular is only available in certain territories. So shout out to them. So it says we could have some facts hard for all these ads. It says the deal will include a combination of cash and about $2 billion in asset assumed debt. Sorry. T-Mobile and UScellular said in a joint statement. T-Mobile will acquire about 30% of UScellular wireless spectrum as part of the deal. So trying to get that spectrum they needed for towers and better coverage. So they will only get 30%. I don't even know why UScellular is hanging on to 70% of it. If they might not even be a carrier after this. So it says, as part of the deal, improving and expanding coverage for customers in rural America, or areas, should I say. So one thing that UScellular is very known for is their rural coverage. That's what kept them apart from all these big carriers. Yeah, they couldn't compete in coverage, but in rural America, which, if you live in, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, wherever in the South, there's a lot of rural America, should I say, or areas. So with UScellular, that's their big thing in places that other carriers don't go. That was UScellular's little niche market, and that's why they were so strong. But it says while UScellular will keep the remaining 7% to basically monetize these retained assets. I guess they can, it's almost like they're having a rental property. They'll keep 7% of their towers because they do still get money from other carriers roaming off of them. That's the thing that they're getting money from. But they'll keep 70% of it. I don't know why. It says UScellular customers can keep their current wireless plan. They do have really good competitive and cheaper plans than other carriers, or switch to a plan offered by T-Mobile. The company said adding UScellular customer will lease about 2,100 cell phone towers to T-Mobile. Ooh. So they're about to get 2,100 new towers of UScellular's towers going to be going to T-Mobile. They'll be leasing their towers, so they'll definitely improve the coverage, guys, which is good. Like I said, T-Mobile's very, very good. AT&T has to watch out because AT&T ain't doing nothing. Verizon, they're just so big. of a carrier that really is kind of hard to compete, but and they have a loyal fan base. But T-Mobile, guys, is just, man, they're really catching up. Like, I wouldn't be surprised in a couple of years to be second carrier in the in the world, or at least in the United States. That's where we originate. But integrating UScellular's operations into T-Mobile's business will cost between $2.2 billion and $2.6 billion, T-Mobile said in a separate statement. The transaction is expected to close in mid-2025, pending regulatory approval, both companies said, and has already been approved by UScellular's board of directors. So basically, guys, the directors at UScellular, all the head honchos, the CEO, whoever, already said, yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Forget employees, forget our business models. Let's just go ahead and do it. They're probably money hungry. I don't know. They probably do need it, actually, because I don't know if you've read, but UScellular has been losing quite a bit of customers lately due to their shutdown of 3G and all that good stuff. So, and the same thing, people always say, I used to have coverage here, now I don't have coverage. What's going on? That's probably what's going on. So it says, now another thing that you must read right here says, if the deal isn't completed, T-Mobile said it will pay UScellular $60 million, guys. So they're saying, hey, let's try to do this. Let's go through, approval. The board of the UScellular and T-Mobile already approved it, but now, of course, it has to go through like the FCC and the government and all that stuff. So they're saying if it doesn't go through, guys, T-Mobile will pay UScellular $60 million just for trying it. So that's crazy. $60 million just for, even if it doesn't complete. So saying it's a win-win for UScellular. So either they'll get bought out, get a bunch of money, probably go to the investors, or they'll get $60 million. That's a lot of money. So that's about it. Oh, here's big other things. It says big number. So it says 4.5 million. That's how many new customers T-Mobile will be acquiring from UScellular as part of the deal, according to the release. So like I said, UScellular, they have about 4.5 million, which is, it's basically, let's say minimum compare, like it's like almost like pennies compared to like T-Mobile, Verizon, AT&T. But still, 4.5 million customers is not a small amount, guys. That's still a lot of people. So it says, key background says, acquisition is the latest for T-Mobile in recent years, as it seeks to compete with basically arch rivals, Verizon and AT&T. Like I was saying, last year, T-Mobile announced it would acquire Kaena Corporation, a partner company of Mint Mobile and other wireless brands, in a $1.35 billion deal. That deal was approved by the Federal Communications Commission in April, so the FCC. So like I said, that still has to get approved for UScellular to get bought out by T-Mobile. But it says in 2020, T-Mobile merged with Sprint in a deal valued at $26 billion. Like I said, Sprint was the third biggest carrier at that time, guys. So that's crazy. After attorney generals from 13 states tried to block the transaction, arguing Sprint would be unable to operate as a wireless carrier if acquired by T-Mobile, and it sure did, because Sprint is gone now. A deal for UScellular wireless spectrum has reportedly been in the works for weeks amid separate discussions with Verizon and T-Mobile. So there has been, maybe UScellular will probably sell another 30% of the towers to Verizon or something that already, or the spectrum, because they already did it with T-Mobile. Yeah, guys, let me tell you my thoughts. Like I said, I personally know people that work at UScellular, and people been dipping out, leaving to other carriers and stuff like that, because UScellular, it's a nice company to work with, amazing managers and everything from what I see, and their customer service is amazing. Like I said, I have friends that work for them, and they're the ones that actually let me know about this news today. And like I said, I've been kind of talking about it for a while and thinking about this, but eventually it's going to happen, just because they've tried to buy UScellular for many years. Like I said, UScellular is just small. It's hard to compete with the big dogs. Kind of what happened with look at LG and almost Motorola. LG left the wireless race, or the fight, just because they couldn't compete with like AT&T, or should I say, sorry, LG. LG's gone now because they couldn't compete with the big cell phone manufacturers like Samsung and Apple. Those are the big dogs. Of course, Motorola, but then they got bought out by Lenovo. They're trying to. They're Motorola is basically the next budget-friendly device you have After that, of course, Spectrum, or of course, geez, I'm mumbling at this point. Of course, Samsung does offer budget-friendly devices. Apple offers the SE, but nobody wants that thing. But really, guys, it's kind of hard and stuff like this. And with inflation going on, it's probably costing UScellular lots of money to operate and everything. So they probably saw a exit plan, and this might be their exit plan. So who knows? What do you think, guys? I know it probably doesn't affect a lot of you guys. Like I said, UScellular, a lot of people don't even know who UScellular is. They're in smaller, sections of the United States. They do have unlimited plans. They have home internet. They offer a bunch of other things that every carrier offers, just smaller. So maybe this is something that was, coming and they needed to get out of debt, because they do have a lot of debt. And, T-Mobile is their saving grace. And like I said, shout out to T-Mobile for actually doing stuff that other carriers aren't doing. T-Mobile is the whole reason I think AT&T and Verizon are actually trying to compete now at this rate. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Please comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below if you want to support the channel. Check it out. More videos coming your way. And I'll report what happens. Like I said, this is not set to close until mid-2025. So, let's see if it gets approved. If not, UScellular just got a free $60 million. So, thanks for watching, guys. Please comment, rate, subscribe. More videos your way. Thank you so much.